At Traralgon Bowls Club, the good times don't just happen on the green. They spin around the table, roll through the bar, and turn every moment into something to smile about. Bowls, bistro, banter. This is where good times roll. Nothing beats perfection.
Depending on the conditions, whether it's indoor or outdoor, I use my XGs for fast and slow greens. But when I go into indoors, I generally use the Tiger-based bowls, Tiger TXs, which have a bit more of a wider bias to get back to the jack.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Henselite Victorian Open for 2026. This is men's singles grand final. Match just underway. That's Mark Armstrong using the orange bowls. His opponent today, 15-year-old Harry Coleman. He's using the darker coloured bowls. We also have an under-18 girls singles match going on a couple of rinks over, which will bring you updates on that one. And an under-18 boys singles match going to start after that. So plenty happening here to conclude a thrilling Henselite Victorian Open for 2026. Man in the background is Dean Reaver. He's coaching, well, most of the players on the rink, as it turns out. Joining me in commentary to explain all that is Matthew Atobre. Hello, Matty.
Good. Is it afternoon or evening?
It's a little bit of both. You can get away with either at this point of the day.
I'll go afternoon, everyone. Yeah, Dean's got Addie Ryan and Ayla playing in the girls singles final.
Yep.
And obviously Harry Coleman.
Keeping an eye on him at Deer Park. Stable, performing very well.
Super impressed with Harry in the last game.
Yeah, looking forward to a good game here, Harry Coleman. Accounting for last year's winner, Kobe Barton, in the semi-final.
Yeah, I thought Kobe's experience might have got him through in that game, but he just said Harry was relentless. Anytime he had shot, he took it off. Just kept applying the pressure.
Certainly did. Mark Armstrong winning his semi-final in a great game over Ben Cotter from Bundoora. Well played to all and sundry who've made it. You can see from the opening few bowls of this end.
It's going to be a cracking match.
We're in for an absolute treat. Nice to have you all watching here on BVTV. Of course, our friends at the Dandenong Club, Moama Bowling Club, make it all possible. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, feel free to put some questions in the chat. Feel free to name who you think might take out the title. Will it be 15-year-old Harry Coleman? Will it be Mark Armstrong, who plays out of Pialba, Harvey Bay and Club
Originally
Sunbury.
Victorian?
Originally Victorian, yes, and lived in Queensland for work for a little while, but played a little bit of time at Club Sunbury, played there previously. And Sunbury have had a terrific season in the pennant season just gone. Made their way up in your league, Matty, Prem Reserve.
Well, not my league, but yeah, my competition. Prem Reserve. Great effort by Club Sunbury. I'm sure Mark was big reason why they've done that.
Yeah, you can see from bowls like this.
He's been super impressive, Mark,
yeah,
in the earlier games.
Super consistent.
Yeah. I commentated probably the first half of the men's pairs, and I really thought they were going to be hard to beat. Mark Armstrong and Matty Flapper. I didn't see the second half, and I obviously saw the result.
Well, it was a brilliant bowl from Brodie Harker. Pick up 4 on the last end. Trailed the jack back. Not much in it all game.
Seeing a little bit of weight early here for Harry.
Yeah, he's down 3, so not crazy weight, but he's got contact through the jack, and Jack gets spat out of bounds, showing just what this man can do. We see this one on the replay. He had about a 3-bowl target. Gets the edge of the 3rd bowl, splits it across the head, and Jack goes out of bounds. First to 21, of course, no time limits when we get to finals in singles, quarterfinals onwards. A lot of superstars in the chat.
Who's that person in the background there? Tone?
Which one? There is royalty galore in the background there.
Yeah, there is actually.
John Roberts, Hall of Famer, Pat Schramm, Bowls Victoria President, and the one and only Barbara Gilbert, a lady who's put so much work into this Vic Open over the journey. They've named the medal after her for the most valuable player.
I think I know who that's going to.
Yeah, this is the year where it's really hasn't even been tough to work it out. For those who are just tuning in, Liv Cartwright has had, well, a fair old patch of a week, Matty.
Not a bad week. 4 titles.
Taken out the mixed pairs, and then she took out the women's pairs, and then she took out the women's triples, and moments ago won the women's singles to complete the set. If only she was under 18, she probably would have taken that title too.
Huge shout out to Hayley O'Reilly. I thought she did an amazing job in that final.
Yeah,
Amazing tournament.
she did really well. Beat some high quality opponents, and I think took Liv Cartwright to 21-17, I'm going to say. I could be out by a shot or so, and all the excitement
It
is
was 18-15 at one stage there, yeah. And then Liv put the foot down.
Morning to David, who's watching.
What you're going to see from
UK
Mark
on
Armstrong,
YouTube.
Tone, is absolute draw pressure. If we were starting this game within a mat, it's going to be extremely high.
He's relentless, absolutely
That's-
relentless.
What I've seen so far from him.
Yep.
H is going to need to match this.
Mayor of Moama's in the chat. Swanee saying Mark had to give up bowls for about 18 years due to work. So he's certainly back in a big way. The man they call Ace, says Benny Thomason. Used to use a Taylor Ace bowl, so they nicknamed him Ace. And I think there's another reason they used to call him Ace too. But whatever it is, he is a very accomplished lawn bowler. Addie Ryan going very well in the under-18 girls singles on the rink next door. She's holding a couple, very close for 3. Early days there in the under-18 girls
Sets
singles.
play at his Tone for the girls.
Yeah, it's cutthroat finals when they get through. It's a long day for the under-18s. So 2 sets of 5 ends and a 3-end tiebreaker if required.
Well, Harry looking to keep himself in this end.
Yeah, get some applause from Dean Reaver down the back. He's a pretty cool, calm, collected young kid, Harry Coleman. I cannot for the life of me understand how a 15-year-old makes a Vic Open final and isn't just a little bit nervous, but
Well,
I just don't
that's what
think
I
he is.
expected in the last game, you know, because Kobe put a bit of pressure on and changed something up, and Harry just flapped it up.
Mark Armstrong trying to sit the bowl and just misses a bowl or so under. Harry Coleman still with 1. Opportunity to add a second. Dean Elliott's watching on YouTube, says either result, 2 cracking bowlers, spot on. Very fortunate we get to see matches like this. Harry.
Yeah, looking to make
nice
it
and
2 here.
wide. Try and bring this one in through the back side door.
Oh, might fall down for him.
It's very close. Rod Bates marking this game. One of the highly accomplished ITOs, one of the many here at the Vic Open, and been named
One at his Tone.
to head over to Glasgow for the Commonwealth Games. So well done to our man Rodney Bates. Harry Coleman picks up 1-0, first to 21. Shout out to our partners, Henselite. Had a fantastic stall here during the week. Sold many, many bowls. Many bowls, bags, and all the accessories. Troy Stafford, Ella Long doing a terrific job for Henselite. Of course, it is the Henselite Victorian Open. We love having them as a partner of ours here at Bowls Victoria.
Afternoon, Brendan. Thanks for your support. I'm sure this is going to be a cracking match.
We saw Brendan here yesterday in the integrated pairs.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, having a great day. Might have picked himself up some merchandise from AM Sportswear and Encelite as well.
There's a good view of the draw side we've got.
The All in Fives competition, the banner across your screen. New competition, brainchild of Joshy Thornton. Combination where we have one open male, one open female, one junior, one senior, and one parabola. Playing a five-a-side combination. Harry Coleman.
Yeah, I think he's going to get the
Showing
junior
what he
spot
can
somewhere,
do.
Tone.
It's hard to believe he's a junior. He's got me covered well and truly in height.
Oh, get a little side toucher as well. Small from Dean at the back.
Rosemary Lorenz is watching on Facebook. Said she marked Harry in an earlier round and was amazed by his calm composure. Yeah, spot on. Not a bad pill coming in from Mark Armstrong too. That would have probably been a side toucher if not for the Harry Coleman bowl. How's this for the ridiculousness of Liv Cartwright's week? 8 singles matches, won them all. 8 mixed pairs matches, sorry, 9 mixed pairs matches, won them all. 8 pairs matches, won them all. 7 triples matches, won them all.
She hasn't
32
lost
matches.
in the whole tournament.
Has not lost a match in 32.
That's
Ridiculous. Mark Armstrong very close to getting the jack through.
Gives
Stays
himself
up.
a good back bubble too now. That's
Just
insane, isn't it,
ridiculous
Tone?
from Liv Cartwright.
Hasn't experienced a loss all tournament.
Makes no sense. Kerry Rees saying, go little has. Not so little. That's the reason for the inverted commas there. Oh, Harry gets a touch of good fortune there off a front bowl. Of course, Kerry Rees would know Harry very well. Kerry's daughter playing some juniors with Harry over the journey. Good morning from Portugal, watching on YouTube. Nice to see. Mark Armstrong just surveying what sort of shot he can play here. I think he's 2 down, but I haven't seen the signal yet from Rodney
Yeah,
Bates.
looks like
on
two,
Insta.
Tone.
Yeah. His bowl is on the running surface, but it is resting essentially on Harry Coleman's bowl, so it may not necessarily go backwards. Afternoon to you, Bull. Yes, one Matty O has won a title. Not this Matty O,
No.
unfortunately. Matty O'Brien and Brodie Harker won the men's pairs earlier on today. One half of Matty O squared that we had in commentary yesterday.
We did.
Matty O Tobre.
I don't
is the
want to talk
Matty
about
O.
how we finished that conversation.
I didn't hear that. Now I'm nervous about what it is. Plenty of support for both players in the chat.
Yeah, I didn't think Mark was going to go too hard at this.
He's going to find some front traffic, so no change. We'll wait for confirmation from both players and Rodney Bates. Rodney
Two.
Bates has got a couple of paddles found as 2.
So yesterday with Matty O squared on the commentary, I finished off by saying, oh, so you're staying around tomorrow, Matty, to watch some games? And he goes, I'm playing the pairs, you idiot. Yeah, fair call.
Not a bad idea to stick around for that. Took home the $6,000 prize purse between himself and Brodie Harker. Nice to have everybody else joining in here on BVTV, including Geraldine, who's watching from Panola in SA. Tanya West asking, when does the under-18 boys start? That's going to be on the secondary show rig after the under-18 girls final, which is being played at the moment between Addie Ryan and Ayla Romanen, both from Deer Park. Good morning to you, Sam from London. Sam and JT have gone MIA, Bull. Nothing new. Steph Priest, under-18 coach, has been involved with Harry Coleman for a while at state level. She's saying, let's go, Harry.
Harry. Great ability to take a little bit of weight off and gets a little touch and a perfect back bowl.
Just reading Kerry Ree's comment on Facebook. As was 8 when he started, and he was about half Maya's size. Of course, girls grow up a little bit quicker than boys. But, yeah.
Pretty sure
He's got her covered now.
Susie was pregnant with Harry and playing bowls, so it may even be younger than that, Tone.
Mark Armstrong again, just sliding on past. Evening Trapper. Hope you're enjoying the coverage here on BVTV. We're coming to you live from the Henselite Victorian Open here at Traralgon Bowls Club. Of course, Morwell Bowls Club also one of our main host venues. We use just under 20 venues across the region. A huge event, second biggest in the country. He's earned more money than me this week, Paul. Hardly done a thing. Carried by Liv Cartwright.
I don't know Bull, but I like his comments.
Bull is very good, and a very good commentator too. We'd like to hear his dulcet tones more. Afternoon to you, Gibbo. Yeah, he said he watched Harry 3 years ago and could see the brilliance then. Brendan confirming, picked up a new set of Henselite Dreamline XGs, the Bermuda Slice. Bowl for your live shirt, a Henselite cap, a couple of Vic Open shirts to go with, so well done. Brendan, I'm sure you will look resplendent in them. Back to action here, Harry Coleman holding one. Looks to be travelling just a touch. No change. Addie Ryan leading Ayla Romanen 4-1 after 3 ends. That's the under-18 girls singles being played a rink over. Ayla Romanen is holding shot on
close
number
to drawing
4.
another one in.
Was close, might have just fell out the wrong way. So keep you updated with all those scores. The under-18 boys to start after the under-18 girls singles are finished. There's Mark Armstrong's track. Is he wide enough? One more the way of Harry Coleman.
Well, if you're going to have some nerves coming into a huge match like this, you think it'd start with some nerves. He started well, hasn't he? 3 ends in a row.
He was in trouble the first end. He was down 3 and managed to kill. And I think that might have just settled if there was any nerves. I mean, he just doesn't appear to show any nerves. Terry Turner asking the difference between the Dreamline and the XG. My understanding...
I would think the Dreamline would be wider, Tone.
Yeah, I don't know whether the Dreamline's earlier model and Dreamline XG is just the newer model, but the man you want to talk to is Troy Stafford.
Give him a
who's
call.
Been here all week, and he'll be back in the office beavering away first thing tomorrow morning at Henselite. Give him a buzz, one of the nicer men you will never meet. I knew what I meant when I said that. I think I mixed up about 5
You don't normally mix up your words, Tone.
No, not a
You
great
can go to
deal,
the blooper reel.
10 days has probably got me.
Yeah.
Hasn't
Well,
got Mark Armstrong though, he's just putting them jack high.
I also told Lee McElwaney, is it?
Lee McElveny.
McElvaney. Bad luck, and he lost, and he won.
You are going well.
Yeah, that's 2 of them.
Sarah Roger saying is Harry Coleman still going the under-18s? No, he pulled out of the under-18s. So he played the semi-final today, which would have been when the under-18s were on. So he didn't get a chance to try and win the under-18s, but he does have a chance to try and win the Open Men's Singles. And so far, going pretty well.
This is what Harry did well in his last game, Tone. 3rd bowl.
I'm going to say that's the shot bowl. If it falls, if it stays up, it's close. Mark Armstrong asking Rod Bates to give him the situation. Mark Armstrong's bowl is the shot bowl. David's watching on YouTube. Says, well done, Olivia, lady singles champ, a very special. And well done to Hayley O'Reilly, an up-and-coming star. Spot on.
Well, Harry's trying to get shot, doesn't. Mark makes it 2.
There's some talk among a few people who I respect saying this green does slow down a little bit the hotter it gets in here.
Yep.
Appears to have slowed down slightly. Evening to you, Sarah Mansfield Matheson. Hope you're going well. Nice to have you joining us here on BVTV. As it is Shane Hafner, who accepted a cheque today from the Bowls Victoria charity round of pennant. Some $16,000, $17,000 being raised on behalf of all the bowlers for Bowl for Your Lives. So well done to you, Mr. Hafner. Lovely to have
Harry
you
looking
here.
to beat his back bowl.
He's done that, Matthew. That could well be the boss.
Yep.
Steve's watching on YouTube, says he bought a set of Dreamline XGs yesterday from Troy and tested them out this morning and loves them. Jacob Cartwright, anything for you, my friend. 4-2 the way of Addie Ryan over Ayla Romanen. That's 4 ends, so they're on the final end. Under 18 girls final. So cutthroat sets play format, 2 sets of 5 ends and then a 3-end tiebreaker if required. Currently the lead 4-2 to Addie Ryan. Mark Armstrong's last bowl of this end, he's down 1. It's just got a stop. I'm going to call this 1 to Harry Coleman. I think he wants to just put a measure on and make sure.
Didn't get that.
There we go.
On to Mark Armstrong.
He's on the board, 4-1. Yeah, how amazing is Olivia is the comment. Just ridiculous. Those who are just tuning in, Liv Cartwright has won 32 matches on the trot here at the Henselite Victorian Open and taken home 4 titles. Just ridiculous. Has not been beaten at all. Flynn asking, has the Henselite Bowls raffle been drawn? Yes, the Henselite Bowls raffle, courtesy of the Travel Studio, was drawn earlier on today and published on the Bowls Vic Facebook page. The lady's name escapes me. It's Lynn somebody from the Morwell Club, but she's won herself. Oh no, sorry, she won the cruise rather for the Travel Studio.
Was it Angela Hackett?
Ange Hackett's mother, Jenny Miller. Ange accepted the bowls on behalf of her mum who wasn't here. So yes, both of those have been drawn, been run and won. Could be right, Bull. Good day for Carlton supporters. Spoiler alert for anyone who's watching at home.
Not good for my tips.
Actually, well, I thought it was a good day.
Gone the other way.
Been a fair old comeback.
Good for my tips.
I think it was 40-1 at one stage. Anyway. Mark Armstrong.
I think we're going to see a lot of this time.
Shot. Yeah, there's never going to be too much between these two players.
Bowl for bowl.
David Tebbett saying no work for Troy tomorrow. That's outrageous. It's not like he's just done 10 days straight of 10 to 12 hour days. I don't understand why he wouldn't be fronting up in the office tomorrow morning.
One red paddle, which means Mark's holding shot.
He's a very nice man, Mark Armstrong. I chatted to him this morning before his matches, and just seems a real, I don't want to say it's, I'm going to say gentle, like just a genuinely nice, calm, even man. So, and bowls like an absolute demon. Of course, he led up for Matty Flapper in the men's pairs. Gets in for second shot. Well played, Mark Armstrong. Addie Ryan has taken the first set in the under-18 girls singles. She's holding a good 2, if not 3, in the first end of set number 2. Heaping on the pressure. I've just put another one in. Maddie, what's the distance between Addie Ryan's first, second and third bowls, please?
8 centimetres.
It is ridiculous. Ayla Romanon has had to have a run at it, really had no other choice and just missed a touch wide. Back to action here. Mark Armstrong still holding a couple. There it is there. That's the under-18 girls singles final. Addie Ryan is probably about to pick up a 4 on the opening end of set number 2. Speaking of the great man, there is Troy Stafford in the comments saying, rest up time, outrageous from you. Well and truly deserved, both you and Lyella have done a sterling job in the Henselite stall all week. JT just sitting off to the side of us, just quietly losing his mind over Carlton's performance.
Right, well, Harry's had 3 goes at this tone.
A much higher line. Wanting
Got
it
his
to
own
bend
bowl
hard.
to use here.
Just a touch wide for that. So Mark Armstrong will pick up 2 ends in a row. Harry Coleman still with his nose in front. 4-3, first to 21. Troy Stafford cheering on Henselite Harry. I like that. It's got a nice ring to it.
Now, Tone, did
Yes,
you
Matthew.
ask your car a question last night?
This is going to sound a little weird to people at home, but yes, yes, I did.
Tell us about it, Tone.
Well, my car has a nifty little function. It's kind of like, you ever watch Knight Rider as a kid?
Oh, yes,
You and
I
I are
did.
a similar
Yes,
vintage,
I
I
did.
reckon you might have. Well, I fell in love with Kit, the car, and younger people will be wondering what the hell we're talking about.
Go and see Knight Rider. It's fantastic.
Anyway, my car has a thing called conversational AI, and the opening bowl from Mark Armstrong.
This is what we expected.
And I happen to have Harry Coleman, Henselite Harry, in the car, and his father, and was it just you? Was it?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, 4 of us. Yeah. Anyway, and I said, well, whatever the car's name is, and I said, tell me about Harry Coleman, the lawn bowler. And it gave me a 2-minute spiel on the titles he's won and the, where he's from and who he plays for and all that sort of stuff. And I followed it up with a question. I said, is he a good kid? And sure enough, the response was yes, from all reports.
He's a good kid.
Henselite Harry is a very good kid, very mild, very well mannered.
You should have asked whether he was going to win the Vic Open men's singles.
Yeah, I know, but what if the answer was no and I had Henselite Harry sitting in the car? So, yeah, it was a bit of fun.
In a good spot there.
Yeah. 1 on a measure. It's the signal from Rodney Bates. There's a very nice head building on the rink next door in the under-18 girls final as well. Ayla Romanen's just come down to have a look. She's in a little bit of trouble on the scoreboard, down 4-0 in set number 2, having lost the first set.
I wonder whether Harry asking Dean the question. Going with a little bit of weight, Tone.
Well, he does have the best back, and he's on target. Jack out of bounds and kills it. He's going this exact same way on end number 1. He was down 3 and killed the end, and this time bang on target again. Edge of the jack.
Great bowl.
Straight out of bounds. Set him up again. Laurel will be happy to have Troy back in the office on Tuesday. A little day to rest and recover. Gavin Parkinson says, great shot, Harry. It's an absolute ripper. 2 from 2 with his drives today. Henselite Harry. Ayla Romanen picks up a single on the rink next door in the under-18 girls final. Addie Ryan leading 4-1 in the second set, having taken the first set. 2 Deer Park club mates competing against each other, both using the same coach. Dean Reaver sitting down the back of the rink, also coaching Harry Coleman, so he might be a little bit cross-eyed by the end of the day. We're going to have to get used to this, Matty. Mark Armstrong.
Yep, and we discussed this a lot on the live stream about singles first bowl pressure. Mark is going to bring it.
He doesn't appear to really know what a loose bowl is.
No.
Everything is there and thereabouts. Oh, Harry Coleman and narrowly missing the jack. Settles in behind. Lovely, lovely
He's
draw
lighting up
bowling.
the stats here. Mark Armstrong.
They're 15 centimetres away from the jack.
Now this is what we saw in the pairs, Tone, because Mark was dominating and Brody Harker just had to change things with obviously up shots just to keep himself in the game. And as you can see, they got the win there.
Not a bad response from Harry Coleman. Just going to sit out. Cuts it back to 1. There's Rodney Bates.
Thank you for the positive comments there, Joe. Big shout out to Josh from Present Live. Done an amazing job, Josh.
The best in the business is our Josh. Oh, Mark Armstrong just sits the back bowl down. That may have changed this, Matty. Check. Rodney Bates is going to confirm whether this might be now 2.
Well, Rodney's dropped
He's just
top
dropped
off his
his-
chalk.
I think he has seen him. He's just waiting for this bowl.
Yeah, good marking.
Or maybe he hasn't seen it.
Don't stop the flow. Harry attacking a little bit on the forehand.
Mark Armstrong
Yeah,
has
well
seen
done,
it.
Mark.
And we'll get it out of the way. It's one of the downsides. A lot of markers prefer not to have the lid on so they don't drop the lid onto the head. But you quite often see the top of the spray fall off as well. Didn't go anywhere near the head, so no great issue there. It's nice to see Benny Fletcher here this week too. Played in a couple of events. Always good to see Benny. It's a very big week here, the Vic Open, but gee, it's fun. Arrived here Thursday week ago.
Yeah, I thought he bowled really well, Benny.
Yep, gets up and about.
Just lost his singles, I think, 21-20.
Well, Mark Armstrong may have just,
Changed it back to 1.
yeah, just got a little bit too much heat on it. Terry Turner saying, why is the ITO marking the bowl? Law states marking to
Now,
be done when the bowl
this is a good
coming
question
down.
because I actually thought Terry was right there, but I checked the law book not long ago, and it's when opposition's bowl comes to rest.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to mark it if somebody's driving though, if you're going to wait till the end. So a good bit of common sense from our ITOs. We'd expect nothing less.
Check your law book and look in the index for toucher. Right, opportunity here for Harry.
Not a bad path too, Matty.
He's got the jack or the bowl. He gets the
Gets
jack
the
tone.
clean. He was in trouble all end and he's found a way to pick up a couple. Mark Armstrong
Not a
could do
bad way
nothing
to get yourself out of trouble.
but applaud. Well played. Henselite Harry 6-3.
That's a nice draw side, isn't it?
It is absolutely beautiful. Tracking that one a long way out.
He had some options there, like if he was under slightly getting the bowl.
Yep.
Jack was the best option.
Had a wall of bowls that he could have taken a slide off. Gavin Parkinson saying, live the legend Cartwright. Watching the coverage too. She just can't get enough. That is true. She may even come into commentary with us
Oh, that would be nice.
soon at some stage. And I think you are right. She, if she didn't have it previously, she reached legend status today by winning 4 titles at the Henselite Victorian Open for 2026. Mixed pairs, women's triples, and capped it off with the women's singles.
Harry was a bit disappointed with that jack roll. He wanted a bit further. Can't say that.
Yep.
He
Yeah,
played a
the
lot
other-
of T2T against Kobe.
Not to take away from what Gavin Parkinson says, but without letting the cat out of the bag, I reckon Liv Cartwright might be hanging around for the Barb Gilbert medal.
You think so?
A couple of
$1,000.
$1,000. Couple of $1,000 in prize money that goes with it.
Wow, she's going to need a trailer for all those fake checks that she's got.
Not wrong. Lisa Phillips actually took one for their pairs win.
Oh,
She
right.
goes, well, she's got enough of them. I think they were happy to share it. Benny Fletcher saying rink 7, a very enjoyable rink to play on.
Oh, Benny Fletcher.
Yeah. Like a lot of the rinks in here, it's wider on the side that we are on, which is sort of towards the grass green for those who've been here to Traralgon Bowls Club. Harry Coleman with another
Wow.
peach.
Just complements that back bowl.
But both hands certainly playable. And both players being able to do what they want. Very close to turning that bowl up and over. Mark Armstrong just got a little bit too much of the edge of it.
Harry changing sides. Maybe he's looking to get one just past, or even a little bit of jack.
It's just got to hold. Well, it's going to finish in a bit of an annoying
Yeah,
game, to
it's
be
not
fair.
the
I might
worst
see
for
Mark
Harry.
Armstrong change hands here too. Try and trail the jack back to the waiting couple of bowls. I feel like that's a little bit too wide for
Yep.
that hand.
I think it may be more just too much.
Maybe a little bit quick. Yeah, it's come back to the centre line, so
Mm.
it'll just been a touch of both, maybe.
Harry choosing to stay on his backhand.
Get a little bit of help.
Next two, I think.
Rodney Bates has said just one, so it looks like two from this angle.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Looks like Addie Ryan has just taken out the under-18 girls singles title at the Victorian Open. She's defeated Ayla Romanen. Scoreboard just wasn't quite working at the end, so we don't know what the score was, but heartiest congratulations to Addie Ryan representing the Deer Park Bowls Club. She's had a 2-0 victory over Ayla Romanen.
It's a one tone to Harry.
Don't think I should be touching this computer, Matty.
What have you done to the chat?
I've wrecked the chat, now I can't put the score in. Oh, Matty's fixed the scoreboard for me, it's just the chat that I've messed up. Thankfully, we've got Josh here to try and fix up all my mistakes. Gremlins everywhere at the moment. Scoreboard in the venue not quite working. Here we go. Back in action here. Thank you very much to Josh from Present Live. It's got me out of trouble. Dave saying, why such a small crowd? Is it really a bad idea to hold the comp so far away from the rest of Victoria? I think you'll find, Dave, it's Sunday evening and people have to get back to work. It's been a heaving crowd all week, but as we find, whether we've had the Vic Open in Shepparton or Gippsland or indeed anywhere else, it is hard for the last match of the day, the same as it is for most of our events. Fortunately, we can put it all on BVTV thanks to our friends at Moama Bowling Club and the Dandenong Club, so you won't miss a beat of the action. Mark Armstrong trials the jack. Might have just kicked it a little bit too hard.
I think it has gone to Harry's back bowl. Harry asking the question. And what good markers do, Tone, they say, measure if they can't split them. Both hands seem to be drawing quite well now.
Yeah, they certainly do. Harry Coleman having
it's
no
a good
issues.
bowl.
Little touch on the jack will take the measure out of question.
Yeah.
Couple away of Harry Coleman. And the under-18 boys
Surprised
singles.
how so relaxed he is. Not
Under-18
feeling the
boys
pressure
singles
at
getting
all.
Out there, Matty.
Sorry?
Under-18 boys singles getting out there, just starting.
Yeah, Charlie
The final?
Boswood. I'm not sure. I heard a lot of Herbie.
Herbie Clark, yes.
Herbie Clark.
Herbert Clark from Ocean Grove. Just going through their roll-up as we speak. We'll keep you updated on all their scores.
Harry's clapping this, Tone.
It's just going to slide through. The good news for Dean Reaver, he's only got one player on this green to coach now, not three.
And one of them won the match.
Yes. He was always going to coach a winner and a loser when he was coaching both players, I guess. Scoreboard in the venue back and firing 7-3 in the way of Harry Coleman over Mark Armstrong.
Harry only used
Early
Dean a
days.
couple times in the previous match.
Yeah.
I saw. Especially when it was getting close near the end.
We saw Dean in a terrific match.
Oh, that was a
Out here on
brilliant
the
match. I
Stream
still
Drink.
think that's probably the best I've seen.
It's Dean Reaver narrowly getting over a very gallant Jet Simmons.
Maybe put in the chat the best live stream you've seen over the Vic Open.
Yeah.
I'd be putting that one up there.
Gavin Parkinson saying go Charlie. That's Charlie Boswood, who's about to start the under-18 boys singles final. Johnny O'Donnell. They're just going through their roll-up now, so that's on the secondary stream rink. We'll flick to that match when we get a break in play here. Or an exciting head building. Charlie Boswood taking on little Herbie Clark. Oh, sorry, we haven't done that, Amanda. There's a couple of reasons for it. Namely, we quite often have other games going, so sometimes we have to wait a little bit of time before we can do the presentation. So we wouldn't want dead air for, at times, 10, 15 minutes. But the good news for you, Amanda Sweet, is that we do take awesome photos of it and put them all over Bowls Victoria's Facebook page. Check in there with all of the winners. I like Brian Mansbridge. The under-18 is David versus Goliath.
We saw that a few times on the green earlier. Oh, Harry.
Big call from Johnny O'Donnell. Next big thing, boys. Charlie Boswood will have Australian colours in the next 5 years. But Johnny O'Donnell is a very fine judge.
Yep, I've coached Charlie in the school team. And Harry.
Yeah, both these boys actually have had in there. You may well have little Herbie Clark in there in
Yeah,
time to come.
I'm keeping an eye on Herbie.
Thank you for your kind words, Swanee. We love having all our viewers tuning in and a little bit of banter among everyone, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. I understand you're probably still up on a luxurious island somewhere, living the good life, Swanee.
Great double up here from Harry.
He's got the crowd up and about. There's
Yeah, he does have the crowd.
big blown up photos of his head that have been waved around when he does a good bowl. Mark Armstrong is just going to have to hold on that line. Lovely speed for getting some contact on the shot bulb. Just a touch under. Yeah, Kerry Rees saying well done to Addie Ryan, who moments ago won the under-18 girls singles Victorian Open title, playing against her great friend Ayla Romanen. Two very talented ladies, played in very, very good sportsmanship. I don't know whether you say that when it's girls, but you know what I mean. Hence Light Harry just sitting in the bowl of Mark Armstrong down. No change, still holding 2.
I'm sure Mark has a drive in his kit bag. He's choosing just to do everything on draw.
Missing just under, and now missing just over. Brent Reiner asking the question, one of the prize money is $5 for the triples and $6 for the pairs. It's actually a good question. I wrote that down in my notes for the review. So I'm not even sure I can recall the backstory to it. The principle is that you win more. I can recall the backstory now. The principle is that the lesser the number of players in a team, the more you win.
Harry having a quick chat to Dean there.
He's already holding a couple.
Yeah.
Get the right side of the orange bowl of Mark Armstrong. He might find himself with 3, and he does. Lovely bowling, Harry Coleman. But Brent Reiner, I did look at it, and I think they should probably be both 6, and that would be an even $3 for the pairs per person and $2 for the triples per person. So stay tuned for next year. That one's.
That's probably what people don't understand. We do review all of our events. What worked well, what didn't work, and what can we do to improve?
Yep. Always happy to hear feedback though, because while we do think of most things, we don't think of everything.
Yep.
Evening to you, Tess Vorsa. Future of bowls is certainly in great hands.
Well, we're going to see some weight here. I have yet to see it.
No, I haven't seen him play a lot of weight.
He's going full hand tone.
Could well do here. This is Mark Armstrong. He's finding himself 3 down. Still just draw weight.
Well, it's not draw weight, it's nearly ditch weight.
Just a touch wide. Harry Coleman is going to pick up 3 more. We'll wait for confirmation. Light Harry's just dropped off for a comfort stop, so we might use this as an opportunity to have a look at the under-18 boys singles final, which has just commenced over on our secondary stream rink. We've got a corner angle of it. Confirmed 3 shots to Harry Coleman as he enters.
There's
the
Herbie
green
Clark.
Again. Yeah, that's little Herbie.
Got a great first bowl.
He does. So that's end number 1 of the under-18 boys singles here at the Vic Open. Boswood playing his bowl.
Oh, and gets a trail.
Yeah, gets the edge of the jack back to his other bowl. So he'll be holding 1 halfway through end number 1 in the under-18 boys singles. Back to action here. Harry Coleman has leapt out to an early lead of 12-3. Mark Armstrong has won 2 ends of the 9. Harry Coleman just relentless with his pressure. He probably would have too, Brent Ronna. Sarah Roger asking, is Henselite Harry the youngest ever finalist? We believe yes. We can't think of anybody who was younger, certainly in singles. We've had some under 18s who've made finals of the teams events, including Matt Flapper when he skipped. Oh, sorry, when he played in a
Jared Davies and
skipped
Cooper
and
Westcombe.
Cooper Westcombe were in there.
Yeah.
But in the singles, he is the youngest
Wow,
to have made it this far.
But he gets a back bowl and then gets a close one. Gives him a great setup.
Afternoon to you, Warren. Nice to have you joining us from Collie in Western Australia. Charlie Boswood snuck another shot in next door in the under 18 boys final. Opening end over there. Mark Armstrong. I think not a bad home to find here. Both players not really wasting any time.
Just wondering where Harry's dad is.
He was just there. I reckon he's just doing everything he can to keep calm.
Spoke to Huey just before, asking what's it like to watch your child play such an important game. And he's like, oh, I can't stand it.
Nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Absolutely nerve-wracking.
That's Hayley O'Reilly's dad.
Yeah, Hayley tested Liv Cartwright all the way in the women's singles
should be really
final
proud of
earlier
herself.
on this afternoon. Mark Armstrong, if he can get under this bowl, he's going to cause some trouble for Harry Coleman. It does just fall out, so we'll await confirmation.
I think Harry won't want to make this target any bigger, Tone. He's got good protection out the back.
Rodney Bates wanted to have a look at this one from a couple of angles. Must be close as to who's got shot. No indication for us. It's indicated as a measure.
Looks a bit different from here, doesn't it?
It does. Charlie Boswood picks up a 2 on the opening end of the under 18 boys final. Harry Coleman with his last bowl. Measure for shot. It's a reasonable effort. Anything on his... Oh, just misses. His bowl, it sits in the top of that picture, if you like. It was on the running surface, so any touch on that would have been very handy. I did see that, Beej. Sarah Ashby and Beej Anderson got a photo of Harry Coleman, got him to sign it. Got it printed out and got him to sign it. Might be worth a bit of money after this match if Harry can continue on his merry way.
Mark's got 2 seconds here, Tone. Does he look to try and get onto Harry's bowl, get it out?
It's just dangerous the way it's positioned, I reckon. Might be safer just to go the draw. Could easily get the jack back. Harry Coleman's got a couple there, so draw it is for Mark Armstrong. Just needs to spin this last little bit. We'll need to see the outcome of this measure.
That might be the end of me, Tone. Let's bring in Liv Cartwright.
Thank you very much, Matty. Harry Coleman doing the measuring duties. Not sure whose shot this is, but we'll find out momentarily. Must be close. Rodney Bates didn't want to call it. He has won the way of Mark Armstrong. 12-4. In the men's singles final for the Henselite Victorian Open. Of course, we've just played the women's singles final. And somebody made history. And that somebody is a pretty special individual. And they've gone up even further in my estimations, if that's even possible. They've joined us in commentary. Liv Cartwright, hats off to you. There's been a million comments throughout the chat of just how well you've done and what you've achieved this week. I know it's a little bit embarrassing, but you are an absolute star. You've had a week that I'm sure you wouldn't have even contemplated at the start. Just go and win everything. Well done.
Thank you, Tone. Thanks for having me. Yeah, definitely not what I had imagined my week would end with, obviously, the 4 titles. So, no, I'm pretty chuffed in, you know, my efforts and I suppose my resilience at the end of the day, because, you know, it is, what, 10 days? 10 plus
10
days?
days,
10
yes.
days of bowls, 8:30, 8:15, right through till 6:30. So they're
least.
pretty big days. So, I mean, to come out with, you know, 1 title, I was happy, or even
Yeah,
just to go
100%.
1 better than last year was my goal. And I think at the end of the day, if you strive to, you know, win every game, try and get to the final, that is a big goal. So I literally just focus one game at a time. So in the end, it worked out well, and here we are.
For those just tuning in, that's the voice of Liv Cartwright. Not just the winner of the women's singles, but she also won the mixed pairs, the women's triples, to go with the singles. And she will win the Barb Gilbert medal. That presentation hasn't been made, but given you won everything, you have an unassailable lead. A couple of nice shots in the under-18 boys singles final. Little Herbie Clark might have just picked up a couple to level it at 2 shots apiece after a couple of ends there against Charlie Boswood. And Harry Coleman doing fantastic things here, Liv.
He is, yeah. I've kept an eye on him the last couple of days here. Obviously, he's been playing rinkside a couple of times while I've been here. But, yeah, no, he's having some sort of singles campaign, that's for sure. The other night against Lee, I was fortunate enough to jump on commentary as well, and he just had the answers for everything. So, doesn't surprise me that he's got this lead here, because he definitely had all the answers then, and he does today as well.
Yeah, he's just continued in an unflappable way. This is your week, Liv. I'm sure you're aware, but you might not be aware of the total number of games. 8 singles matches, 8 from 8. 9 mixed pairs matches, 9 from 9. 8 pairs matches, 8 from 8. 7 triples matches, 8 from 8. 32 matches over the last 10 days, and you've not tasted defeat once.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds pretty cool.
It's absolute dream type stuff, isn't it?
I don't think it's actually sunk in yet, to be honest. Look at the start of, like I was saying, at the start of the campaign, what was mixed pairs first. So obviously partnered with Sammy Rog, and we just were like, you know what, let's have fun. We went however far we did last year. It was like, well, if we can just go 1 further or even just match last year, you know, we'll stiff to lose to Pidge here on the live stream rink. And credit to Sammy. What a shot mark. But he played amazingly the whole time. That final was something else as well. So, yeah, that just kind of set the tone for the whole thing. And I think made sure that I was doing most of my off-green prep as well. Obviously, it is big days, big things. I've had a couple of conversations with a few of the juniors' parents and a couple of other people, but making sure that you do, you know, focus on the nutrition, the hydration, your recovery practices, and things like that. And even just resting your brain. It sounds so silly, but you were out here, you were playing every single bowl. You were literally playing your bowls and the opposition's bowls. So making sure you get enough sleep and things like that. And I think it was, in the end, that's how I did it. I made sure I did those 1%ers and managed to back my ability in certain things. The bowls were coming out good, much to my surprise. So, yeah.
Well, it shouldn't be to your surprise, because you've been a star for a little while, and you just proved to us all this week just how big of a star you are. And we can't keep up with all the messages that are coming in the chat. We do love them.
Thanks, guys.
Including some very, very talented people saying just how well you've done. Liv, you're a superstar. Your efforts and resilience are second to none. Gavin Parkinson says, do they have a champion commentator for the tournament? Because Liv will probably win that too. Jeff Howes, I won't say what he says because he swears. Naughty Jeffrey. Says, congratulations to you. Marika, congratulations, Liv. It was a pleasure to watch the way you played. Daniel Nichols, unbelievable. Go down in history books. It just goes on and on. There are just so many people who want to share their congratulations to you.
Thanks, everyone.
And you've achieved something that probably not many people, it's never happened before, probably not many people would have ever thought it would be possible. to win
Well,
every event
I
that's on
definitely
offer.
didn't. I'll tell you that much. I definitely did not. But shout out to Chloe Stewart. She probably isn't watching, but a little while ago she was like, "Well, we haven't come this far to come this far," and so this week, once we kind of got into those knockout stages, it was like, "Well, we worked hard to get through our section. Like we haven't come this far, literally just to come this far." So that's been our little saying in our team games as well. Got Lisa on board with that. So
I like
shout
it.
out to Chloe. So yeah, and it worked.
It did. Good on you, Chloe. Well done. And a shout out to Michael Wilkes as well. He's saying he's been flicking through the games over the past week and found it all very entertaining. We've had some absolute ripper matches, Wilksy, and thank you very much for tuning in. Everyone at BV is very proud, not just of what Liv has been able to achieve, but of the way the Vic Open's gone off down here in Gippsland. Josh Cartwright says, "You go all right, Liv."
Only sometimes.
Although Jacob's just given a little bit of brotherly love to you. Said, "Not as good as you, Tony." That's why he's my favourite.
You do go well, Tony. I remember that time we played against you. Was that at Heathcote?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the MND tournament out there, and you actually, I think you got us. BV bet us, I reckon.
I don't remember, Liv, but what I do know, I know you've won 4 titles this week, and that's really all that matters.
What a shot
Harry
from Harry.
Coleman, what a bowl. Paul McInnes saying BPL call up surely.
Wait and see what happens. It is on the future bucket list. But, you know, one thing at a time. I'm one to kind of take it day by day, just try and do what I can do. Keep up with the uni assignments. Sorry, uni.
Yes. Yeah, there's no shortage of work that happens outside of the 10 days of playing bowls. When you're Liv Cartwright, score update on the under-18 boys singles coming your way. Mark Armstrong, if he can hold to the bowl, or he just gets the edge of it. So Harry Coleman still holding 1. Under-18 boys singles, Charlie Boswood leading Herbie Clark 4-2 in the opening set. Just a reminder, it is a different format in the under-18 competition, so they're playing 2 sets of 5 ends and then a 3-end tiebreaker if required.
What a shot from Herbie on the rink
Herbie
next
Clark
door.
has got the support of the Ocean Grove faithful. He's playing pretty well. I don't know how old Herbie is, but I'm going to guess quite young.
I heard
Did you?
13,
12,
if
yeah,
not
okay, so-
just, under
yeah.
12, 13.
All right, so we'll go with that around that age. Jodie Marie saying, "Well done, Liv. You and Lisa played brilliantly." So you won the pairs with Lisa, you won the triples with Lisa and Taylor Bruce. Obviously dominated the singles, and then as Brian Mandridge says, you carried Sam to the mixed pairs.
I feel really sorry for Sam.
Harry Coleman just gets a little bit of good fortune there and raises his hand to acknowledge he got a little bit fortunate. He picks up a couple.
He's really steamed ahead now.
He has 14-5, and he was in trouble in the opening end. He was down 3 and played a ripping drive to get the jack straight out of bounds. He was in trouble one end. Must have been about end 5 going back the same way. And again, drove himself out of trouble. It's been the only 2 times he's really needed to play with weight.
And when you can hit him, as Charlie nails the jack.
Charlie Boswood on the rink next door just trails the jack away from little Herbie Clark. Herbie's got 1 bowl to come. He's probably got 6 feet or maybe a touch more to be able to draw a shot. People are also loving just how humble you are too, Liv. It's incredible what you've done, and I know you probably haven't really had a chance to process it just yet, but it really is incredible. I can see by the beaming smile on your face that you are proud.
Well, it's
as you
either
well should
smiles
be.
or tears. The tears hasn't come yet. Sharon nearly had me in tears after our semi-final
Did
game.
she?
She was starting to tear up. I was like,
Yeah.
calm down, please. No, I think once I get home and manage to see the family, chat out to you guys back home, and just kind of embrace a little bit, I think that's when the emotions will kind of come out, I think. But yeah,
Fair enough too.
I absolutely, I'm gobsmacked. I cannot believe it.
Do you think you'll sleep well tonight, or will you be up all night thinking about it?
I don't know, actually. I can say that I'm very exhausted. So on that front, but also I think I can rest peacefully knowing I've had a pretty successful week. So
Absolutely, you can. Mark Armstrong holding shot. You would have heard the cheers in the background. Little Herbie Clark got to the bowl. He's still trailing 3-4. Final end of set number 1 in the under-18 boys singles.
I love that, Sarah. Yeah, true. Give him that. He probably hasn't had much success, so he can have that one. He thoroughly deserved it. Absolutely carried, that's for sure.
Mark Armstrong sailing through a touch, still holding 1. Sean knows the score. You carried Sam for 9 games. I reckon that's probably more likely to have occurred.
Wait, how many games did you say we played in the mix? 9. No, I carried for 8. I'll do that.
Yeah, mixed was 9. Yeah, that sounds fair.
8.
You carried him for 8. And
he can have the final.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hats off to him. Take tomorrow off. Yep. Shout out to work. Much love to you all. I miss you, but I need to have a big rest day tomorrow.
You do. Got to work out what you're going to do with all the big checks.
I don't know. Put them somewhere.
Harry Coleman's clapping that one.
Good shot.
It's in for second shot. Mark Armstrong down 14-5. It's certainly not done with yet. It's a bit of a crass question, Liv, but do you have any plans for the money?
Money.
You want a bit of prize money over the week?
Yeah. I mean,
Does Mum take 10% still?
to be honest, I actually didn't even realise that was what I was bringing home.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
No
Even
word of a
better.
lie. No word of a lie. But I am saving up for a new car.
Oh, there you go.
So it'll go towards that. I am going on a holiday in May to Merimbula.
Nice.
So there
You
is
can
a
go and
little
see
bit of
Brooksy.
there is a little bit of bowls. So I am playing at Merimbula
Nice.
for a little bit of that in their fours tournament.
I
But
think
yeah,
Ian Ewing plays in that one, doesn't he?
does he? I actually have no idea.
I reckon he might. Anyway, you'll find out.
I hope I get him round 1.
Oh, them's fighting words.
Always.
Charlie Boswood holding shot in the under-18 boys singles. I think it's only 1. Herbie Clark might have second shot with his front bowl.
Still a couple of balls to come from that rink as well.
Yeah, that's the final end of set number 1 over there. Charlie Boswood with a 1-shot advantage into the final end. Back to action here.
Mark
Men's
looking to
singles.
capitalise here. What an opportunity.
Yeah, he hasn't had too many opportunities. He's he found some front traffic of Harry Coleman. He rocked it up, but it sat back down. So no harm, no foul. That'll be a couple of shots the way of Mark Armstrong, 14-7. And I am going to see a commentary. JT is going to join in.
Thanks, Tone. Thanks everyone for tuning in and their support. I am now handing over to the one and only Matthew Flapper.
Thank you, Tony and Liv. As I'm joined by none other, as Liv did say, Vic Open Ambassador, Matthew Flutter.
She did say the one and only, Josh, as well.
Oh, well, I just from the ambassador
Could roll
part.
that in too. No, good to be here, mate.
Couple good matches going on here. Obviously, the men's singles. Harry Coleman currently leading 14-7 against Mark Armstrong. Just obviously with the scoreline has had the better so far. Probably just a fraction more consistent bowls and probably telling bowls. But as you would know, being that Mark was your pairs partner, he's very consistent and he's definitely not out of this game.
No, there's an opportunity for a twist and a turn yet. Harry's had all the answers so far, though. Give him full credit. It's been, you could probably say it's just a sort of grind at the moment, isn't it? But He's answering all the questions at the moment.
Just every match that I've seen him play, he's just found the answers when he's had to. It's not like it's banging them on every end consistently. He's obviously played very well. You don't get to this stage without playing well, but it's just a matter of finding the right bowls at the right time.
Spot on, and both of them. We saw how good Mark is this morning. Every pairs game we played, he was fantastic. Just another game of singles, isn't it? 3 bowl pairs.
Something like
effectively.
that. Yeah,
So,
pretty much.
Just let him do his thing, and yeah.
And there's another match going on here too, which you would have a vested interest in for multiple reasons. We have Charlie Boswood, who's been part of the under-18 stateside under your tenure for the last 4 or 5 years. Won 4 Australian junior titles in a row.
Yeah, I think that's about correct.
And coming up against your youngest up-and-coming star at Ocean Grove, young Herbie Clark.
So yeah, just obviously it's bit of youth versus experience at under 18 level here, but no, Herbie's kicking some goals too. He's obviously runner-up in the state under 13 singles last year, and on cue plays a really good shot, trails it off Charlie, but yeah, he's got a bright future. Young Herbie. Tyson's done a lot of work with him, which is full credit to him as well.
Charlie won the first set, and the end they're playing right now is the start of the second set. In the final, 2 sets of 5 ends with a potential 3-end tiebreaker.
Good pedigree, young Herbie, mate. He, you would know Owen well. Owen Clark, his grandfather.
Yes,
from your way.
Well, I mean, he was up there prior to me moving up that way, but he's obviously a former Murray Downs member, Owen, and obviously good mates of Bucky Lehman. And yeah, obviously he's moved down your way now. Actually, Owen actually taught my wife at school.
Is that right?
Yeah, correct.
So many stories. Yeah, small world, isn't it, in bowls?
Yep.
There's a connection one way or another somewhere down the track. Unch, well, he's hoping, mate, that he can turn that on for the second half of this game, and he might get himself back into this.
And obviously you know Harry quite well too, Matty.
Absolutely had a lot to do with Harry over the years. Phenomenal 12 months, you'd have to say.
Yep.
At not just under 18 level, at all levels. Just kicking so many goals, and you know, to be standing here right now in a Vic Open singles finals is incredible. Huge credit to him.
We haven't confirmed who the youngest winner is existingly. There's been a couple of names being tossed around. We know Michaela Long won it as an 18-year-old. We know that Cooper and Jared won it, I reckon, the triples with yourself as 17-year-olds.
Yep.
But if Harry does pull this off here today, he just gets another one, we're pretty confident he would be the youngest.
Well, I can't think of anyone that's going to have him covered.
15 years of age.
Especially playing singles as well.
There have been some phenomenal juniors accomplishments over the years. I still remember John O'Davis winning a New South Wales champions at age 15.
Joel Burke would have been similar, Josh, back in the day.
Yep. Well, prior to Jono winning that, Matt Peterson had the record as a 16-year-old winning the New South Wales champions.
Dylan Fisher, I think, was club champion. Was that
13?
a record?
Well,
13?
yeah, something like that. I know he won a state pennant at 13.
It's sensational to see. He's on the show rink, of course, on rink 7, and playing for a Vic Open title, and very easily could have been next door in the under 18 final as well. It's a funny game.
But talking about all the titles, obviously we just had Liv on and what she's accomplished this week. I think Lucas come up to me and said, she's not that good. She didn't win the integrated pairs.
Pretty sure that wouldn't have fit into her schedule
this
week.
No. And how's your 2026 Vic Open experience been, Matty?
It's been great again, mate. It's I love the event. I love coming and participating and just visiting as as many clubs as I can in the area. It's always good to win a few games along the way. But just seeing the growth, participation, probably yesterday was my favourite day, to be honest. The integrated pairs alongside the juniors, the under-18 pairs. 3.5 greens full throughout the day was great to see, and just shows the inclusion, the participation, and the opportunities that this event presents to anyone and everyone.
Got a couple of questions in here for you. First of all, shout out to Brendan Elliott, one of our best viewers, and he said, how proud are you of Hayley O'Reilly for getting runners-up in the women's singles?
Phenomenal effort, Brendan. Probably a few days ago when she won the 4 games in one day, that if you had have asked Hayley, she probably wouldn't have won her first one, let alone 4 in a row. But the growth and just the development of her game in the last 12 months has been incredible. Super proud. She had a lot of Ocean Grove members riding every bowl that she played through the Vic Open singles campaign, and they were on board and just enjoyed riding it with her. So phenomenal effort, and obviously comes up against a superstar in Olivia that, again, been fortunate enough to have something to do with in previous years.
Yes, you have.
And I gave her a hug after the final and told her how proud of her I was as well. So it's to see the two go head to head, and you just sit back and you just admire it and go, what a great future they both got in the game.
He's probably nearly counting that one, Matty. Yeah, it's got to be by the camera angles. And then there was another question Brett Numbers actually had for you. What age were you when you won your first club singles?
That's a very interesting question. This might surprise a few people.
I actually think it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot later than what most people would expect. Is that right?
Well, I didn't win my first club singles until I think it was 2003 or 4.
Yep.
So let's go with 25.
Yep. There you go.
Was a runner-up in my junior days, runner-up to my brother twice at Creswick. Then a stint at Flemington, Darebin, and then ended up back at Central Wendouree, where I first won my first club singles, and funnily enough, was runner-up in the state champions the same year. Mm-hmm. And then won my second one.
Then you won
the following year.
Yes.
And went one step further.
Yes, I remember that now. Wonder Harry.
They're not easy to win, club singles. Good on you, Shane, for the shout out, mate. It was a pleasure to play alongside you in the Vic Open men's triples. And Dan Phelp, that was another great initiative BV put forward, and presented that opportunity to a novice player, and I'm pretty sure Dan loved every minute of it.
That was fantastic.
Not just playing alongside me, but to have you in the rink as well, Shane, was super. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
So, score update for the boys singles. As I said, Charlie Boswell won the first set. However, Herbie Clark's got his nose in front here, 2-1 up in the after 2 ends in the second set.
Yes, Lucas, there's a great bakery in Warrnambool. Magnificent jam donuts.
Darren Yates says Dylan Fisher won his first club singles at 11 and his second at 12. Johnny O'Donnell was 12 when he won his first club singles.
There you go.
Lucas, that's a very good question. The other one, which is when the integrated pairs will have an honourable on the website. We will get onto that after this event finishes. It definitely deserves a place up there, that's for sure.
Great reply from Mark. Just sort of hanging in there.
Yeah.
Hanging in there, isn't he?
Well, that's the great thing about singles, particularly now when we're past quarterfinal stage onwards, there's no time limit. As long as you're scoring one and the opposition isn't, you're always a chance. I think crucially for him, I reckon he gets his first bowl right, that'll always a big chance to get back in the game.
What's been your highlight, JT, for the week? Or for the carnival, rather, not week.
That it run relatively smoothly under my watch. No, look, I think and I don't want to just say it for the sake of saying it, I thought yesterday with the integrated event, the under 18 event, and all the finals, or start of the finals, was fantastic. I really appreciate how some of our smaller host clubs just ran it very, very smoothly, all over it, you know. So big shout out to every one of them. There was 19 host clubs as Harry comes down here and just goes under. Yeah, like there wasn't anything they couldn't do, basically. So I was super proud of all them. So yeah, look, it's run pretty well. With everything, Matty, as you would know, there's always some things you can do better, and I'll make a little list as I'm going through the event, and then we'll bring them up in a review.
I think the one thing you mentioned is the host clubs, and they go above and beyond for the players that play at their clubs. And you know, we had some challenging weather at times, but you know, just got through it. They, like I said, there was nothing that they could do more for the players that were playing there. And obviously, I played at only 4 of those 19, other than Terrelgan in integrated yesterday. So yeah, certainly endorse and give them a shout out for their efforts.
Couple shots here currently to Mark Armstrong. Harry going down to play his last bowl. And in the rink next door, a couple winks away, Charlie Bosworth's a couple down. Does look close. He might be only one down. Yeah, we will do the men's singles presentation, the under 18 singles presentations, and we'll also do the Barb Gilbert medal after this game is finished. Which those playing at home would already know who's won that.
That's edgy of seat stuff, isn't it? Wonder who's going to snag that one. Could have presented that 2 days ago, Josh.
Probably.
What a super performance. It's easy to say sitting here right now, but I'd probably go as far to say, Josh, it won't be done again.
No, it's going to be extremely tough to beat that in every event you enter. Mark comes down here just a fraction quick. 2 it is. 16-9. And under junior singles, boys singles final, Herbie Clark, 3-1 up after 3. He must win this set to force a 3 and tie break. He's bang one on straight away.
I'm sure Tony and Liv would have mentioned previously that Addie Ryan, successful in the under-18 girls singles.
Spot on.
Defeated Ayla Romanen in the final. And lucky loser. She qualified as a lucky loser, Addie.
Oh, really?
She did.
So there were 7 girls sections out there today, and we had obviously took 8 through. What I loved about the junior singles today, we actually had more girls sections than boys singles sections.
Never seen that before.
Never.
Honestly, that was incredible. 7 sections to 5, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yep, spot on. Just probably very reflective of the campaign, Matty. Girl power with Liv winning all 4, and you know, more girls singles entries than the boys junior singles.
I actually think, obviously, we were fortunate, Ocean Grove, to win the Large Club Participation Award.
Yep.
And reflective of that was more female participants than male participants as well.
For your club?
Yes.
There you go. How good's that?
Which is sensational.
Not going to lie, Herbie looks so much like his dad, it's not funny. Who's now a very bowls convert himself, correct?
Yeah, he is. He can't get enough of it either. And I think if anyone out there that obviously knows Owen Clark, who's grandfather, and then Brad, son, and now Herbie, the way they play the game missed a generation. So the way Owen plays, obviously backs himself on the draw shot 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
That's missed Brad. And I think Herbie's developed that. So, no, Brad's very aggressive player so far.
Yeah, there you go. I've never seen him play yet, so. All right, Mark currently holding one here.
Another good shot, Mark Armstrong. That's very well played.
Finding his radar now.
Well, he's starting to ask a few questions back of Harry. He's obviously had the answers early in the piece. We'll see Harry go on the attack. First quick runner for Harry.
Close. Gets one out. Obviously, Harry's dad, Mark, works for Bowlesvic. He's the Southern Country manager. And I've kept him busy the last couple of days when Harry's been playing some pivotal matches. But I said to him before this match, you can do whatever you want here. If you want to keep watching, watch. If you want to step away, whatever. And he's having a couple of quiet ales over there and just sitting back. And
said to him earlier, before the match started, how are you going to handle this? And he goes, oh, I just want to keep running the juniors. He said, it's keep me occupied. So I'm not sure Susie would be as relaxed as what Mark is right now.
no, she'd be watching at home frantically or something like that.
Yeah, another great shot from Mark. Basically puts the bowl back.
Yeah. It's probably, what, half a bowl narrower, like more covering the jack?
Interesting to see if he goes again here.
I heard him walk down like he's got Dean Reaver there as his coach, and obviously from Deer Park said, I sit the back bowler, get shot. Some maturity there.
Well, this is a skill in itself. Drive, draw.
Looks
Not
close.
far away, Josh. Oh, what an effort. Oh,
Oh,
interesting bit of movement there.
Robert Jardine says he looks like Herbie takes after his granddad Owen, as he was one of the best draw bowlers I have played with.
Yeah, I'll cop that, Robert. That's a good call. He's been very steady for a number of years, and obviously since I've been at Ocean Grove, he's always been, you know, one of our regular players in our top side as a second, and just very, very reliable. This year he actually skipped our twos and skipped the twos to a flag, but quality draw player.
Yeah, young Herbie's currently leading 4-1, playing the last end of the second set, so unless he drops 3, he will get a tiebreaker here.
Brendo, I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
Right.
I have a short memory in my old age.
I missed the last end, Matty. What did they score? I'm just waiting for Rod Bates to put it on the scoreboard. I was too busy talking to you. 1 or 2? I reckon it was 2. Guess what? I put that in the stream chat instead of the actually on the scoreboard. And that won. $16-10.
We'll go over on rink 5. And Herbie Clark has just put 3 inside a foot. Currently leads 4-1 after 4 ends.
Has Tyson taught him well enough to cover the back now?
Well,
As Mark draws another cracking bowl there.
the answer to that question is yes, and I just said that as soon as it left his hand. So he's just got a little slide for a perfect home. Last 3 ends, 4 ends, Josh, Mark's really stepped up.
Yeah.
The first 2 bowls.
Correct.
First 2, you know, applying that early pressure. See a little bit of aggression here from Harry. Sticking with the draw.
Awfully close here, Matty.
Well played. Well played. Second shot at least. I think we're going to a tie break in the under-18 boys singles.
Yes,
Josh.
we are. Rod Bates indicated 1 to Mark Armstrong there.
Could probably cop the 1 here, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Probably get out to the wing bowls.
Just going to point to that bowl. Not that anyone can see where I'm pointing, but I was thinking exactly the same thing as you, Matty. I think that's the only spot where the jack could go is out near that wing bowl of Harry's. Probably played it a fraction quick. If he was underneath, it's probably the better spot. But it's still something out there.
He does have a couple of options.
So I see his bowl at, say, 2 o'clock there. If he gets on the outside of that, he can tip it in straight under marks and make 2.
Well, you make 2 that way. You can turn the front one onto the jack.
And spits it that way.
Spits it outside for 2. So you're probably searching up there with 3 or 4 feet of weight.
Spot on.
Couple of different options.
Just watch his shot. Is it going to hang on long enough, Matty?
Certainly interested, just under.
There'll be another one. Mark Armstrong scores now 16-11. It's close as it's been for a little while. Bull, Mansbridge, Sam checked out for the tournament. Yeah, look, pretty much I let him do the whole women's singles match, which he did. He sat the whole entirety and called that one. And I thought it was probably worth him actually having a bit of a break now. Not sure where he is. He's sitting over the back there. Junior boys singles, first end of the 3-end tie break. Charlie Boswood's currently holding a nice side hopper. Oh, Herbie Clark touched the jack then. And he sort of flicked it back at a different angle behind Charlie's bowl.
He's played that with about 10 feet of weight and moved the jack a millimetre.
Yep. Here's Mark Armstrong's first bowl, as you say, Matty.
He's found his range, hasn't he?
Yep.
He's starting to apply that heat that you know, we saw earlier today.
Geez, Josh Sanders has asked me a very hard question. What and who played the shot at the stream rink?
Yeah, that is a good question.
I'll tell you what, and you're probably not going to love my answer, but Brodie's last bowl in the game against you in the pairs was a pretty good bowl.
Thanks for asking, Josh. Sanders. Could have asked a different question, and Josh Thornton gets stuff. Nah, it was what a cracking shot.
Because there's an element of risk in it if he happened to overplay and get his own out tight.
Well, he was hesitant,
Yeah.
and Matty probably really talked him into playing it. To be honest, he sort of, yeah, maybe wasn't sure. and then, you know, just a reassurance from Matty, and he was quite direct with his call, and, you know, was confident in his call, and
Bowl here, Harry
great
Coleman.
shot, Harry Coleman. And he was right, sort of. Matty said to Brody, look, you know, probably of anyone that's played that hand, and probably, you know, been the most consistent playing that hand, it was probably Brody throughout the game. And as soon as it came out of his hand, I was like, oh, shit. Bit of trouble here.
Charlie Boz was just drawing another with his last on the first end of the tiebreak over there in the junior boys singles. He's 2-0 up in this tiebreaker. All right, what's Mark doing here? Looking to just sort of get to the back edge of Harry's and get a little bit of movement that way.
We just got, yeah, he can stay on the same hand. He's only got to crack it, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously favoured this side of the rink predominantly. Probably seen most players favour this side of the rink, but
I didn't even realise technician Josh had stepped away. The camera's been working the whole time. And Cooper's sitting there. He has switched to the backhand. Another one that could come into play yet. Lana's saying hello to Uncle Matt.
Alfie, how are you? Do a JT, hope you're well.
Is that my little catchphrase or something?
Yeah,
Is it?
Stock standard.
Oh, well.
He's played his third bowl on the backhand. You probably got to commit, you'd reckon. You play the same thing again. Just speed was good.
Is there a chance now that Harry's last bowl, whilst it's a little wide, does the jack get to Mark's bowl and poke out to that side with a little bit too much weight?
Certainly could. It's got to be a bit tentative. I don't know if you've talked about it at any point in time with Mark. He actually debuted for Victoria before I did, JT.
See, I reckon I'm pretty good with my bowls knowledge and who was around playing when and what. It's sort of something that sticks in my head. I don't ever recall Mark, but I had it confirmed to me today. He was part of the 2002 Ali Shield side win.
Yep, and the rink Mark was in was Mark Armstrong, Brad Martin, Jared Fleming and Michael Wilkes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty good
that
with...
was my debut year.
Yeah, okay.
2002.
Did you play the Ali Shield?
I did.
Yes, okay, cool. So you know him extremely well then.
There's one more on the board for Harry. Terrific conversion.
17-11. Right, over on this boys singles. There's been a cracking head. It's moved 2 or 3 times. I'm not sure who's got shot there. It looks awfully close between Charlie and Herbie's shot. Bowls. Probably, if you look at that camera angle, you'd nearly say it'd have to be Charlie's.
Yeah, certainly from here, it's a little bit deceptive maybe,
Yeah.
but looks like Herbie's only a couple inches behind the jack, but
The fact that Charlie's going to the back. Not going back, is he?
just depends which camera angle we look at, doesn't it? Previous one then was definitely one to Charlie. We'll have a look. Herbie Clark last bowl. 2-0 down, first end of the tiebreak.
See him in there in the background of our current shot. Good starter there from Mark. As you say, he's Last 4 or 5 ends, first 2 bowls have been very good.
Looks like he's doing something. Oh, just missed on the high side. Well, it's probably the giveaway, isn't it? He's playing that weight, Herbie. He's one down, so Charlie will take a 3-0 lead into the last end of the tiebreak.
Right, so question for you. Who is the best player you've played with and against on personality, not ability?
The best player you've played with and against on personality, not ability. Gee, that's a good question. Well, I played Unch Witowski this morning, and there's personality.
Good starters, Mark.
Give me a minute to think about that one.
And then Craig Hodges joined in. Love you, Matt. He's gone.
Yeah, Hodgie.
Look at this. Harry Coleman. Can you get both? Oh, that was close.
Mark Armstrong tried his best to carry me, Hodgie, this year in the pairs, mate, but wasn't quite good enough to carry me, so I might have to go back to you. He did that a few times.
Yeah, I might have felt the wrath of one of those finals.
And Brendan Ummers, you are right. Jared Fleming still is probably a gun. One day, hopefully, we'll see him back in bowls. As Mark Armstrong draws a front toucher.
Yeah, been 3 great bowls he's played so far this end.
Max Rowley, yeah, you've got the personality, but you've got the ability, so, you know. I'm trying to think more personality than ability here. Got to be careful answering that after I just made that comment, don't I?
Yeah.
If I say a name and they'll think I'm potting them because they've got no ability. Put myself right and truly in the
Maybe you should just
deep end.
leave it alone now. Right, so in that boys singles final, last end of the tiebreaker.
Joey Meaney, he's tuned in. He's got personality and no ability.
Charlie Bosworth's 3-0 up after 2 ends, and he's currently holding shot.
Herbie Clark just falls a couple of feet short.
Harry's going again. Doesn't look too far away again.
Oh,
my
what a bowl.
God.
Harry Coleman.
Both of them. What a shot. We got that on the replay, Josho. Gets the fine edge. Gets it to the other. They both screw out of the head.
Well, that's just made the highlight reel, mate.
Absolutely.
What a drive.
Can Mark answer?
Sean Myers tuned in. Hope you and Lorraine are going well, Sean. Herbie Clark draws the shot. He's probably going to do enough a shot, Josh.
Yeah, I reckon you're right.
No, fell out.
Under Harry. Scored 2 singles in a row now. 18-11 up. 3 away. All right. Let's just get the last couple bowls, Josh, over the boys singles if we can. Just Charlie Bosworth 3 up. There's only 1 bowl each left to play. I reckon he's going to be looking to try and split those 2 aqua bowls up if Charlie.
Well, he can split them too. He can touch a jack and probably seal the deal as well, can't he?
Yeah.
Speed looks good. Great shot. Charlie Boswood draws a side toucher. However,
Is that Jacker in the corner still on?
there's a
Harry.
shot here for Herbie to play.
The other one, could he go firmer for the bowl? Does that do something? Anyway, just while he's going back to play his last, Mark's first bowl's coming down the rink. And as what it's been like for the last 5, 6 ends, pretty good first bowl. It's on its way, Matty. It's definitely playing firmer. Doesn't look far away. He's got to clear the first one. Great effort.
Charlie Boswood, our under-18 boys singles Vic Open winner. Quality player, Josh, and worthy winner.
Yes.
And I'm sure his opponent will have his time in the sun at
think-
some point.
I think so.
As Mark Armstrong again lays a good foundation, but a nice shot here for Harry.
Yeah. Says-
Asking the question early, it'll be just about what weight to play.
Well, funny enough, I mean, I would probably be playing more of a full draw shot, but his runners have been so good, he might back himself in it.
Can play a shot here in the whole game straight away.
Yeah, absolutely. The key is he's got to arrive with probably 18 inches at least.
So on the high side.
I like that speed.
And although he's missed, it immediately asks Mark the question, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Does he just back himself and try and add that pressure of, draw a counter? Or do we start thinking about, I've got to get to those back bowls?
Probably the last thing he wants to do is fatten it up though too at the same time. So if he is going to draw another, it's sort of narrowing it down if he could.
Played this very well.
He has.
Count and cover sort of thing, but
Yep.
just whether it's enough. And the other thing that Harry's got to take into consideration here, he's obviously 3 down. He's drawing really well. He's he's come off a couple of good conversions, but in terms of bowls, he doesn't want to risk dropping a soft ball.
Yes.
All of a sudden we've got a 3-shot ball game. So do you try and trail the jack for 4, or do you try and draw a second shot? So I'm sure that's the conversation going on at the moment.
His go-to length for the most of the entire event has been this ditch length. So he should have confidence to be able to draw it.
It's getting down.
Yeah.
Is it getting down
Good
hard
area.
enough?
It's
Harry
good
Coleman.
areas. What a
Oh,
shot.
well played. What an answer.
What's Mark do here?
Yeah, what weight is the big key, isn't it? Big question. It can go bad. It can go ugly and shake hands, but just arriving sort of 2 foot
I was gonna
up and
say-
over the orange,
I was gonna
underneath at the bowl.
Nearly say yard, but probably not a lot more. To your question in a second, Brenda, as we watch Mark Armstrong's last bowl. He's nearly good enough to turn that over onto it.
Oh, what a bowl.
He has made 2 out of that, I reckon.
What a bowl.
What a bowl.
You nearly pencil in 3 here, Josh.
Yeah, well,
What a cracking end. While they're measuring, I'll answer Brendan Umber's question. Brendo, who is the greatest singles player to come from Victoria so far? Well, the back-to-back Commonwealth Games singles gold medalist is from Victoria.
Funny enough, my head didn't go there, but it's a pretty good call. It's a very good call. There was one other I was thinking about that just more from you look back at their record and go, it's pretty bloody good, which was Glenn Bazisto.
Yep. Well and truly in the conversation.
3 it
It
is.
was a 3. A sensational conversion. And all of a sudden, we got a 4-shot ball game.
And then Brett Rayner's racked another one up there who's originally Victorian too. Lee Schreiner.
Yeah. Good name to add to the list.
Johnny Snell would have to be up there as well.
Such a debatable question, isn't it? When you talk about the greatest and the best of, and you know, we talk about it in football all the time, and so many different variables, and how do you separate?
Well, then you got the other side of these. We haven't talked about the females yet. You know, who's hitting that mark? You know. Your fellow inductee Hall of Life member would be up there.
Yeah, she would be.
It's Carla Krasanik.
Lisa Phillips would definitely be in the conversation, I would have thought.
Absolutely. Yeah, good starters, Mark Armstrong. Not far away again here. Oh, he's drawn that. Oh.
Yeah, good shot, Harry.
Yes, he has.
Every now and then you might ask the question, are their nerves starting to settle in for Harry? You know, big moment, big opportunity, his age, but every time you sort of get it in your head, he just keeps coming up with the answers. And
he doesn't look flustered one bit.
No, he doesn't.
Oof. That fell back out. Chance here for Mark. Yeah, Mr. Just get to the jack and he automatically makes 2.
Fair angle.
It's looking good.
Got the distance.
He's going to flop that over for 1. Oh. Here's the head. It's pretty good. Probably if he just takes the higher line, Matty, you reckon?
Yeah, I think he'll definitely be backing himself. He's full of confidence and drawing good as well. So
It's all down to speed now.
just going to run out of herbs.
One to Harry.
To Harry.
19-14.
Is there another twist?
Well, you know, we could be here for at least another 7 ends, Matty.
Well, the way it started after, was it? It was like it was going to be a 3-hour game.
Not quite the ditch he's been trying to play. Probably just a fraction shorter than that.
Pretty decent opener. Harry. Side toucher.
Yeah, it's a good comment there. Unch said the mental application that Mark's had to apply all day is unreal. Still to be playing at a high standard. Yeah, we'll probably throw Liv Cartwright in that one too.
Kicked off at 9 AM and basically this could go to, as you said before, another hour to 8:30. That's a long day.
It is
4
indeed.
finals.
Yep.
That's intense.
Harry swings the backhand. Looking to be getting to his own.
Certainly arriving.
He's awfully close, Matty. Great shot. I think it's one still. I'm not sure that was the intention though.
Don't think he wanted to get to the jack. Probably
No.
fall off his inside of his first bowl.
Probably gives Mark a chance.
He does have a couple of options to arrive up there, Dan, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Work off the wing bowl.
I was going to say that on that backhand. If he plays good weight, he doesn't even need to get off the wing bowl. He could actually get down to the jack and or get to the bowl, shot bowl.
I reckon he'll be playing more than less. I think. Really trying to use that wing bowl. Taking his time, being thorough in what he's going to decide to play. It's the time of the match, no room for error.
He's going for the forehand. Which wasn't a shot either of us called.
No. Hasn't quite got the run.
What's Harry going to play here, Matty?
Well, there's no reason he can't play that same shot. Just trickle up there, turn his wing bowl in, can make it 2 whole game. Plays the same bowl, he can draw a toucher too as well.
Yeah, spot on.
Backhand it is.
The way his sort of body language is, I wasn't sure he sent it. He actually did.
His weight was jack high, spot on. Speed.
Or maybe he wanted to play a fraction more.
Now there's another bigger question, isn't there? That, you know, we probably thought Mark was going to play the backhand side with his previous bowl, but
He gets it wrong in the back end now.
less weight probably now he has to play because to avoid chipping his own through the gap. So he's got to be a bit careful here.
And or if you happen to be a couple bowls too wide, he could turn the bowl of Harry's here at 1 o'clock in for shot 2.
Yeah, we've made the switch.
He definitely went firmer, but he just was always a little bit wide out of the hand, Matty.
Yeah, I feel like that probably should have been his third bowl. Playing that, what we said, and you know, if he wanted to play that weight, he had those options off the wing bowl, and he still had one to recover if it did go bad. So
20 to 14.
it's a little bit like he was hesitant to play that shot.
Yeah. One to go out for Harry Coleman.
The big one. The big one. And is he thinking about that one? We've seen it this week a few
It's
times.
funny.
It's-
He just, you know what? He just glanced up at the scoreboard then
Did
too.
he?
Yeah. Now again, it's still saying 19-14. So it's not even telling him the right score. So he will in a second. As I said, he hasn't looked overawed at any stage.
Neither of the first two are going to be the winner of the end. Yeah. So the opportunity's there. That's going to be the one to beat.
Oh, fantastic bowl. When you want one, that's probably not a bad one. Mark's close, Matty. What a shot.
What a great answer. Mark Armstrong. Makes Harry switch.
Not a bad reply there too. Awfully close. All right, Bates is having a good look at it. From the camera, I'd back the orange bowl. Yes, I think that's what he's indicated.
Not a bad angle either.
Yeah. Might be getting the jack again. Oh, probably. Is that speed? Is it flicking it too far, nearly, Matty?
Yeah, that was probably a good miss. unless he got it in the guts.
I was going to say, if he thinned that one, he's nearly flicking it over to Harry's 4 o'clock bowl.
A rise smile from Mark. He knows that was probably a good one to get the gap.
Well, Harry's got a chance here. It's not. I'd be happy to be able to play this type of shot. You're down. You've got a chance to sit in the bowl or getting the jack. Is he getting down, Matty?
Needs a big piece of his. He's got it.
Oh,
He's
there
got
it
for
is.
one.
What a bowl.
Falls back on the jack, but probably still one. What a great shot, Harry.
Harry Coleman currently hold a match.
Mark Armstrong, championship on the line. Plays the same bowl as he previously played. He's going to be somewhere near it.
He's coming now, Matty. Is he getting to the
Gotta
bowl?
get down a little bit.
Is he getting to the bowl?
Oh, he's played
What
a
a
bomb.
shot.
What a great shot.
There's still going to be another half an hour, Matty.
Game is alive.
20-16. I tell you what he's telling. If he gets one more and you know you can go out then too, that changes the perspective as well.
It does. Another thing for Harry to think about.
I haven't seen either of them really opt for a real shorthand.
It's probably been both their go-to,
The long.
really. It's
Well, you were obviously forcing him to play long in pairs, were you?
what do we do? We sort of that like 3/4 along, weren't we? We probably established that early days that you know, that was Mark's preferred, and we were playing it pretty well.
Which is basically what he's rolled right here.
Yeah. Handy opener,
Yeah.
foot out.
The ones that land on the line anywhere from, you know, obviously resting touch to a foot, 18 inches, if it hides a jack, it's always not a bad bowl.
Similar distance. Mark just asking the question now. That is one to Harry. drawn that.
Yeah.
Just fell in late. Mark Armstrong currently lying 1. He's Jack High Bowl.
He just wants to probably beat it. If he happens to sort of scoot past a little bit and flop in a good home and counting. Doesn't look too far away here, Matty.
He's played this pretty well. Just got to beat that. Tips it down. It could be fell out.
Still one.
Still a good draw shot on. Far away.
No.
Harry Coleman.
Oh,
Slips
great
past
effort.
too.
gives him options
better
though with
than
his gives him options though with his last, depending what Mark plays here. Surely Mark's trying to sort of get one to count, but sort of be just behind as well. So if you're looking from where the angle, he splits the sort of jack eye bowl, comes to rest sort of between the two bowls of Harry's and flops in for another. We need an illustrator.
Yeah, we do.
So I can draw on the screen. Didn't like that.
Just going to run out of puff.
I was going to say it looked like a tired bowl.
Well,
Probably just more the line, wasn't it? Anything. The weight was probably nearly good enough to count.
here it is, young man.
Obviously, the crowd has thinned out as the day's gone on, Matty, but there's still some very enthusiastic crowd here, cheering for their favourites.
Yeah, there's not many left here, but if he draws this, he'll probably lift the roof off, I reckon. The question is, does he draw it, Josh? Can he afford to attack now?
I was going to say,
Rumble up there through
can
the
it go,
oranges, get
can
the
it go
jack.
wrong if he goes hard? Is there something he can do that would make it, you know, to 3 or 4, and all of a sudden next minute, Mark's there with him?
Yeah.
If it's only one, I like the idea of just dead drawing. There's enough space between the shot bowl, which is that jack high bowl.
Oh, he's had 3 looks at it.
Yep.
Loses 6 inches off any one of his 3 bowls, he draws a shot.
Going quick.
And we're not. We're back in the runner.
Not far away.
What a... Oh, there it is.
Oh, wow. Fantastic effort.
2026 Victorian Open Men's Singles winner Harry Coleman.
15-year-old. We're pretty confident will be the youngest ever winner of the Victorian Open. Big shout out as we see this bowl replayed again. Gets a bit of movement.
Wow, the percentages were there to attack, weren't
Correct.
they? There was a lot of opportunity. He had the 3 back bowls, anything through the oranges, and something was going to go his way, and there it is.
Also, big shout out to Mark Armstrong. And, you know, he's had a great campaign. Runners up in the pairs with yourself, Matty, and a runners up in the men's singles. It's been fantastic. So
Great to see him here involved in the event. Travels down, obviously played a few games at Club Sunbury this year for pennant, but you know, to be part of this event, it's good that these guys commit and be part of it.
Matty, would you want to do me a favour? Do you want to walk over there and give a quick interview of Harry?
We can do that.
Oh, you're an expert, so it's ready to go. All right, we're going to try and capture Harry here.
Harry Coleman, our 2026 Victorian Open Men's Singles winner at just age 15, mate. How does that feel?
Pretty good. Very honoured.
What was going through your head that last bowl, mate? You just missed with 3 draw shots. Yeah, the chance was there to still, fall off Mark's bowl, but obviously talk to Dean. And what was the decision?
Thought if I went big, I had probably 4 or 5 options there. If I got something solid, I was going to run onto something which I thought that was best. Yeah.
Give your mum a shout out, mate. How do you reckon she's feeling sitting at home watching?
She's probably crying right now, I reckon.
Reckon? What about Dad? Have you had a look at Dad yet? He's over here. He'd be pretty proud.
Yeah.
Are you a bit emotional?
Yeah.
What does it mean to you, mate?
A lot.
You've had an amazing 12 to 18 months at all levels of under 18 open level bowls. Feather in your cap. Congratulations, mate. You enjoy this.
Thanks, mate.
There we go. Thank you, guys, for joining us. That's a fantastic interview. Harry Coleman, 15-year-old 2026 Victorian Open men's singles champion. Big shout out to everybody for the week. Josh O, our technician, you've done a fantastic job. We've applied some new innovations this week with the live streaming. We've had multiple cameras trying picking up different things. Big shout out to all the guys at Traralgon and Morwell who have been our great co-host main clubs. Big shout out to, big shout out to all our volunteers, our ITOs, our umpires, our markers, everybody around. All our smaller host clubs, you guys have been fantastic too. Obviously, a big shout out to our 3 major partners, the state government, Latrobe City Council, Destination Gippsland, our presenting partner, Henselite. We also had obviously some great partners in AM Sportswear, the Travel Studio, White Rabbit Advisory, Green Line, Harvey Norman Traralgon, McDonald's Gippsland, and our charity partner, Bosville Lives. Lastly, obviously, BVTV cannot be done without the Dandenong Club and the Moama Club. We love doing our streams, and this has been a fantastic campaign. Thank you for all from here at Traralgon. Cheers, guys.
At Traralgon Bowls Club, the good times don't just happen on the green. They spin around the table, roll through the bar, and turn every moment into something to smile about. Bowls, bistro, banter. This is where good times roll. Nothing beats perfection.
Depending on the conditions, whether it's indoor or outdoor I use my XGs for fast and slow greens. But when I go into indoors, I generally use the Tiger based bowls, Tiger TXs, which have a bit more of a wider bias to get back to the jack.